In the meanwhile, I'll be giving a brief introduction to Koha. What the software is, why it is needed, what all things that we are going to discuss in these 2-3 days our session. First, understand why do we need Koha. So think like a person who is sitting right now in the library. What all resources is required for you to manage the whole library? We have lots of books coming in the library. We have suggestions from the students and the faculty members. How you are going to process that book and place that into a particular position in the library, the whole process, managing the whole process. Think in that perspective. Why it is required, what all things that we are required to do in while having all those processes. So earlier we used to have all the things documented manually in a register, right? But the problem with those is the register is available physically only in the library system. You cannot access it outside the library. One thing is there. Another part is howsoever data that is being arranged there, you have to manually search for all those data. Suppose a medium-sized library might be having somewhere between 40,000 to 50,000 books. So it is not humanly possible to go through the whole big register and search individually what is the exact location of the book. We have to, we want some bibliographic data about the book or resources or periodicals, anything for that matter. So it is not really convenient to go through this. So that's why they have developed this open source tool called Koha. So now this term open source has come. What exactly is open source? So do you have any understanding on what exactly is open source and proprietary softwares? Anyone?
Free for all.
That is one aspect, true.
Unpaid software.
Sorry?
Unpaid software.
Unpaid software, yes.
Easy to access. Easy to access.
Easy to access, okay. Yeah, that can be true. So the major portion what makes any software open source is its accessibility to the source code. So the source code of the software, how it is designed, it is available to all of us. We can go and see and contribute to it. Suppose that's why we have a bustling community of Koha community. I'll show you in our subsequent sessions. The Koha community where they have lots of developers across the world. They are figuring out some problem. Someone else sitting, it is not just 4 or 5 developers who is sitting somewhere in remote location fixing all the problems. Anyone can contribute towards the solution of that problem. They have a forum where they faced, okay, this is a problem that somebody in some library is facing. So how to fix it? So this is the essence of open source. It is free. That is one aspect. It is openly available. The source code is available for you to modify it. So we do not have to totally depend upon how they give. So we have lots of customizations and modifications options available. So that was the essence of open source. Koha is an open source software. We have digitalization of databases. Suppose we are talking about databases. Let's say we have accession register. It is this thick register in the library. That resource that is available there. Now we have to search for one particular keyword. Suppose say prolegomena. We are searching for that particular book when it was accessed and what is the price and all those details that are there in the accession register. Definitely there is some mechanism through which we can go through it, we can find it. But with the database being digitalized, it is not only convenient to access from anywhere, we can search straight away what exactly we are looking for. And the best part is that it is not dependent upon the location. If you provide proper IP addresses, you can access it from anywhere. So there was a need for a high quality software and retrieval tools where we are mostly as a librarians talking about the retrieval aspects, information retrieval aspects of the things. Ranganathan's fourth law states that save the time of the reader. Now which organization is that? IFLA or I think OCLC. OCLC has rearranged all these laws and made this fourth law to the first law. Now the first law, in terms of their priority, now they have stated that Ranganathan's first law, that save the time of the reader, is the most important law right now. And the reason is simple. Okay, I'll continue. And the reason is quite simple, that we see the information we require right now. We require information in a click, whatever information that is. We go to the Google, we want to search, suppose, our favorite restaurant nearby us. We simply want to go there. We want the Google to fetch all the data that is there. We are searching for the keywords like most popular restaurants in my area or near me. So how exactly will the Google look at this particular data? What is near me? Definitely it is accessing your location somewhere. That in this particular location you can have all these restaurants. And now you are searching for the most popular, again that keyword, the most popular restaurant. It is dependent upon some sort of ratings, user rating, feedback. So in that manner it is fetching and throwing the result to you. Similarly, we have retrieval aspects. It is very important, and lots of new techniques are being developed how to extract one particular point of information from a huge resource. We have, suppose we have a big dictionary, and dictionaries are all well organized data. Let's say you are looking at some, suppose there is, you are all aware about institutional repositories, right? Where we store the institution's data. You are searching for one particular paper that has a keyword, let's say library management. How tricky can this be? Imagine if if the documents are not properly tagged with the metadata, library automation management. So these are the techniques with which helps us to facilitate the searching part. There comes the role of retrieval. So Koha, through the OPAC interface, we can have this searching aspects. Library automation, definitely there are lots of background processes running at the back end of Koha that we can configure and set. Let's take an example. Suppose there is one particular rare document available in the library. 4 professors from different departments, all of them want access to that document. Now think about the situation that you are in. You have to provide access to one particular document. It is one single copy, and you have to give it to all of them. So it is not possible to provide them at once because there are copyright issues and all those things by sharing the documents. And so what you can do, you can create a routing list. There is an option of creating a routing list in Koha, where the document is provided for say 15 days, 20 days to one particular professor. Thereafter it will automatically redirect it to the next professor that is next in the list. Again after 20 days, next professor that is again on the list. So these are the automation processes. You need not necessarily go and do, okay, let me assign this to this professor, let me assign this to this professor. All these things the software can take care of. Then definitely I just explained about the automation part. There are a lot of other stuff regarding the automation part that Koha is capable of. We at DRTC, we believe that open source softwares are the future. But the challenge with that is, when we talk about the open source softwares, definitely the source code is available. We can go through and through the whole software. How exactly is it functioning? What are the things that we can configure? All those sort of things. But the real challenge comes because since it is an open source software, we do not have one particular company or one particular organization providing all the services, providing all the information towards it. So we have a whole lot of people. Those are capable people, but those are not responsible people. By responsible, I mean, if you have some sort of issue, okay, I am having this particular issue, I have this huge amount of data, I want to transfer this data to there. They can help you out. They cannot take this responsibility that, okay, whatever happens, it is my responsibility to transfer your data from this system to this system. So, but in the case of proprietary softwares, they take this responsibility because the whole software is being built by that particular company and those developers, right? That's why when it comes to open source softwares, one good aspect is everything is available openly, freely. We can access anytime, anywhere. No need to pay any prices. But when it comes to the maintenance part, when it comes to some sort of let's say you are facing some hurdle, you can go to their forums. You can look out for their help options. But they do not guarantee you that okay, this is going to be the thing. You can solve the particular issue with this particular query or technique. So open source are good, important, but they have their own sets of challenges. So this led us to the Koha, which is open source integrated library system. It is widely used. Most of the libraries right now, I do not have the exact data that I can quote. Most of the libraries across the world are using this system. Why? Because it provides a robust and open source framework. It is easy to use, convenient to use. Most of the library people are familiar to it. So it makes it the most important library software tools for us to learn. They have comprehensive modules. We have whatever things that we are studying in our theory papers. We have acquisition, cataloging, classification. All those things are there divided properly in the modules. I have a screenshot in the next couple of slides. I will demonstrate that. They have flexibility for the libraries to customize the system according to their needs. Suppose you want to, suppose we have an interface of Koha. And there you want, okay, we want to display Karnataka State Open University at the top of it. So Koha provide all these kind of facilities. You want to provide the logo of say Dr. S.R. Ranganathan somewhere on the top right corner, left corner. So Koha is having all these functionalities of customization. Then we have modules parts such as acquisition, I already mentioned about it. So these are the basic details about Koha. We will be discussing about the latest version 23.11.05. We'll be looking about how we can handle the Koha, the latest version. These are some key features of Koha. We have these modules. We have cataloging. You all are aware about market cataloging, right? We have market data with the help of which we can do our cataloging, machine readable catalogs. And there are different kinds of cataloging also we'll explore. Then we have circulation. Circulation means it is that section where you go return the book, where the patron is registered, where the list about some, let's say, interlibrary loans, document delivery services, all these on-towards services about the libraries are taken care of. We have acquisition, any new book, new serial, if anything comes inside the library, how it is processed and placed inside the library, that is the role of acquisition. Then we have serials. Serials or periodicals that are regularly coming to the library. Suppose Annals of Library and Information Science, Sarda Ranganathan Endowment of Library and Information Science. All these are what journals. So these journals are subscribed by some libraries. How do we have to process and place it in our library? Because these are e-resources, electronically available. So how we have to process it and place in our library, that we will see in our serials module. Then we have administration. This administration is the most important aspect of Koha, where we can configure each and every other module, that what exactly we need them to be there, what are the features. We will configure all those things in administration. Then we have reports. The report section will show, suppose you want the data about, let's say, who is the patron who has issued the most number of books. So such kind of reports is available through this. Then we have tools, and OPAC. OPAC is Online Public Access Catalog. Here you can see this. We have in Koha, we have two interfaces. We have staff interface, where we'll be working on, and then we have OPAC. In OPAC, the users or the patron can go and simply search about the books. They can reserve the book. They can hold the book. All those things are available for the staff to search about any particular resources. It is there in OPAC. So am I clear till now? Any issues? Any?
What is tools?
Sorry?
Tools.
We'll discuss it. Tools, in tools you will find a lot of tools that is available which can be used to configure our softwares, and we will discuss all those things in detail in the upcoming sessions. So a few more features about Koha. I'm just highlighting all these aspects so that before we start, we have a little understanding about what we are doing. Some theoretical backing to it, like what is Koha, what modules we are doing, why we are doing Koha, how to do it. So all these things are covered in this introductory part. So we are not doing anything right now, we are simply understanding about the software. What other features do they have? We have the feature of creating and managing bibliographic records. We have this process of automatizing circulation, acquisition, and we have facility of processing the orders that we have received. Then we have the option of customization and flexibility. I already mentioned about this aspect where we can add some extra plugins, or we can add some extra APIs where we can get data from some another website and fetch in our code. Suppose you want, as a librarian, you want your users that all the news about the university should be displayed in the Koha site. So you, with the help of some extra RSS feed or some extra plugins, you can integrate that to Koha, and in the, suppose this is our interface. At the bottom right side, you want that, okay, there should be a news flash column that we see in some news websites. That news will come. So that kind of function is also there. The interface is, and then we have community support, I already mentioned.